As mentioned in my last FTMO update video, I ended up getting funded with $100,000 on my Lmax cTrader FTMO account. Now with that account, I ended up having a pretty good month, so I'll be showing you my payout proof as well as why I recommend cTrader as the very best platform choice and some other recommendations for prop firms. Let's go ahead and get started. One of the biggest perks about FTMO is if you have a first successful month with each new challenge that you take, you end up getting the entire challenge fee back. So now that I had my first successful month, I was able to get back that $640, as well as I was able to make a little over $9,000 on my trading account, which of course they have a 70% profit split, meaning that I got to keep $6,400 from that, meaning that I got in total back this month about $7,000 gain. A little bit more than that. So that was really cool to see that. That was my profit. So now on the screen, I'll go ahead and show you my proof. Here is my invoice, and here is now my bank slip account that is saying that, as well as the email as the proof of payout there. So they do end up paying out. Why is cTrader the best option in comparison to MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5? Well, with cTrader, they give you the option whenever you make a new trade. As soon as you click that new order button, you have the option on the right side as MT4 and 5 has, market order, limit order, and stop order. However, MT5 also has stop limit orders, but MT4 doesn't have that. But that's not really the main benefit of cTrader for specifically for prop firms. So the best advantage for prop firms is when you're placing a trade and you select limit order or market order, and then you say your stop loss. And you set your stop loss in exact dollar amount, not in pips. You never have to worry about pips ever again. You just set your stop loss and you set your entry price, and then you just increase the volume or the size of your position until you see an appropriate amount of percentage risk that's automatically calculated with every single new click until you get to the exact amount that you want, the exact percentage amount that you want to risk, which, as I'm sure you know, percentage risk based trading is by far a better way to trade rather than basing your trades off of a certain amount of pips or some other method. Percentage is definitely the way to go, especially for prop firms, which they limit you based off of percentage drawdown. So you should definitely be trading in terms of percentage. So that's why cTrader is by far the best option. They have this built in. There are some EAs that will help you do the same thing on MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. However, just because it's not built, it's just not built in on those ones, so it's just really not as good. And so I really recommend that you use cTrader if you are going for any prop firm challenge that allows you to do so. I have a couple more FTMO recommendations, but before we talk about that, don't forget to go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. If you're enjoying the video, go ahead and hit the like button. I really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and talk about a little bit more tips that we can use to help us pass the FTMO challenge verification and also do well once you get your funded account. Let's go ahead and go over my top 4 recommendations for passing the FTMO challenge as well as doing well with the funded account. The number 1 recommendation I have is use percentage-based lots. Number 2 is use cTrader just so you can calculate those percentage-based lots. Number 3 is once you're close to passing either the challenge or verification stages, make sure that you don't over risk in terms of percentage. So if your TP is 1 to 3 RR, then you don't necessarily need to risk 1 whole percent if you're already only 1% away. That'd be over risking. So make sure you actually scale that back and only risk 1/3 of 1% if that's the particular case that you need to pass once you're really close to passing the verification or challenge. And the last recommendation I have for you is stay very consistent with your strategies. If you mix up strategies and you're like, oh, if you're learning still, make sure you stick to one strategy the whole time, especially if it starts losing. Just because of the law of averages, if your strategy starts losing, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad strategy overall. It may just be having a bad period in time. So you want to keep consistent and keep using the same strategy the entire time, as long as you know it's actually a good strategy. If it's not a good strategy, you should have tested it beforehand and probably shouldn't have been using it in the first place. So those are my top 4 tips for you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.